Crikey, that was close. Nearly didn't get here in time. Good evening and welcome to episode 14 of Bag of Cans. This is probably the second to last one I'm going to do, actually. But the plan is to do one more next week and then knock it on the head because the pubs will be open. That, of course, may change. I may do one the following week because it's the day before my birthday. And I might do that elongated one that I threatened to do, but yeah, it's kind of drawing to a close, which I'm sure that my millions of viewers will be delighted about. Good evening to Craig. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. I was thinking about you earlier, actually, as I was slogging my way up the Alpe de Zwift. Did it in 115 minutes this time around. I'm still really slow, but it was part of a training session, and yeah, that does involve extended periods of rest. I am going to tackle it one day in anger, so to speak, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, happy Good Friday to everyone, or mediocre Friday as it's turned out. It was looking all right a bit earlier, but yeah, it's got a bit grey, hasn't it, since then? Not to worry. We have cold beer to chase those blues away, and a hot topic as well. I will be discussing today, namely beer influencing and whether or not it is a good thing. The reason I'm doing that is because, of course, because my integrity has been compromised this week. I was sent what is commonly referred to in the trade as a care package, which is free beer essentially from these guys, Bohem Brewery, based in North London, but run by a couple of Czech geezers. So they're Bohem, obviously being Bohemian, and yeah, they sent me some cans and some beer mats, and I was obviously delighted to receive them. Now I had qualms about it because in sort of 15 years of reviewing beers in one form or another, I've always made sure that I've bought them myself so that I could say what I like about them. So there's no sort of suggestion that I've been compromised in any way because of the fact that I've received the beers for free. So this is a bit of a first for me. Fortunately, I mean, it is really fortunate. They sent me 6, so I tucked into a couple yesterday, and they were absolutely brilliant. So I'm not going to be saying wonderful things about a terrible beer, which I'm delighted about, to be honest. Anyway, let's open it up, give it a quick swig, and then talk a little bit more about the pros and cons of beer influencing. Right, get that bugger in the glass, as they say up north. No, it's looking good. There's a suggestion. I mean, I'm being very, very picky here. There's a suggestion that it not quite being as carbonated as it should be. Now, that could be because it's true to style, and it could also be because it's only just been canned. Who knows? But it smells delicious. It smells, light, subtly floral, and with hints of bread, which is great, which is absolutely spot on for a Bohemian Pilsner, which is what this is. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, well, that's great, and I know it's great because I've had some before. There is for me a bit of a lack of carbonation in it, and it doesn't bother me too much, but I would like a bit more, just to sort of have it sort of dance on your tongue a little bit more. But the flavour's spot on. I mean, it is absolutely, it's a thirst destroyer, basically. Absolutely brilliant. I would heartily recommend getting some, obviously, and shelling out for it as well. I would pay for this. Yeah, I mean it's got everything it should have for a Bohemian Pilsner. I love the fact that they're not completely and utterly yellow like German Pilsners. They've got that orange sort of tinge to them, which I think I prefer. I'm not sure how they managed to do it, but given the fact that it's all one very light grain that they use in it, but yeah, marvelous stuff nonetheless. I think it's something to do with a decoction mash, but I don't know too much about that, so I'll shut up about it. And I will talk instead about beer influencing and whether or not it's a good thing. I'm not convinced that it's brilliant, but I do understand why it happens. I mean, you've got marketers being paid to sort of get the product out there and in front of people, and the way they'll do that is give it to a lot of people who've got loads of followers on various social media, and get them to stick photos of it on on the internet, basically. Now, the reason that's slightly iffy in terms of I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's slightly iffy. The problem is when you've got sort of a critical mass of influencers all getting the same beer at the same time and all putting exactly the same thing online at more or less the same time, it becomes incredibly boring for the viewer, especially when there's not a great deal said about the beer themselves. The beer itself is just like, oh, this is nice, or oh, I've received a care package, or look at this, isn't the bottle lovely? I think if you are a beer influencer and you're getting free beer, you need to be able to say something a bit different than everybody else is saying. Otherwise, it just gets really samey. That said, obviously people start talking about it and they go out and buy it, and the marketer's job is done. But it is just a little bit mundane to sort of follow it all the time, and I'm not sure I'm a massive fan. That said, I don't have a solution to it. Maybe sort of slightly better targeted marketing or something. Again, I don't have the answer. And I'm obviously delighted to receive free beer, and I'm talking. But the thing is, the difference is, I'm featuring it on a show, and I've seen people, feature the beers that they've received free, in newspapers and magazines, and that's absolutely fair enough. It's always good to add the proviso that you did get it free. Otherwise, it's you could well be singing something's praises that is a bit shit. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have the answer. Maybe influence should be a little bit more original with their freebies. I don't know. I'm not really one, so I don't really I haven't got any skin in the game, so to speak. What I do have is a lovely beer. It's Bohem Amos. It is a 4.9% Bohemian, Czech Pilsner. For me, slightly undercarbonated, but that said, you could wallop that back without belching too much, which is always a bonus, or not always a bonus actually. I'm told that the belching is quite popular on this show, so we've got a couple of minutes left. I'm probably going to knock it on the head there. Let me show you the can again. There we go, Bohem Brewery, Amos. You can discover their lager manifesto online. If I show you that, you could probably get that QR code scanned from this video. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? The wonders of modern technology. They're based in N17. Lovely design of the can. What's not to like? The only drawback is the lack of carbonation for me, but that's not that bad. It gets a qualified massive thumbs up. Anyway, that's enough for me this week. Tune in again next week for what might be the penultimate bag of cans. You never know; it could drag on forever. In the meantime, look after yourselves. Stay safe. Drink some nice beer, and cheers. Have a good Easter and all that. Chin chin.